Thank you, Jeff. Jesus Christ. I need to be better about that. Let me start over. What the fuck is up, chat? It's Catter Day. Doing cat shit today. Sorry about the delay. It took me longer than I thought it would to put on these gloves, but what can you do? Um, I've got to type this shit in the chat, and we'll see if I can do it. Hey, Tony, thanks for being here. Oh, let me do this for you again, now that the sound is actually working. Hopefully that doesn't sound terrible and it actually sounds nice. Oh, I almost lost my... There we go. It's important to keep things secure. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I'm doing okay. I had a pretty good day today. At least so far. Thank you, Val. The claws are very good. I also love the claws. Okay, look at that. I can type like this. That's crazy. Uh, Dustin, you're gonna sound like a real freak without explaining yourself on that one. Typing is hard, but I can do it. Hopefully I don't fuck anything up. Okay. This is difficult. Thank you for your patience. We did it. We did it. I'm gonna pin this. Okay. These don't stay on as well as I'd like them to, but it might also have something to do with my glasses. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I do this, it would be better. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. I did my hair. I don't know if you noticed. Those that are attentive might. But the whole thing is purple now. The whole thing, you know? Also, if you didn't notice, the choker, it has cat ears. It's a whole thing. All right. We're doing the thing. Okay. Now let me catch up on the chat. I see that Dana is late because he was hoping to be number one tonight, but Jeff, you fucking got it. You got it going on. Thank you for all the lovely compliments. We are recording drums for our album tomorrow, so we jam for like 6 hours straight today. I'm exhausted. Yeah, dude. Oh, Dana, there you are. Okay, Dustin says, I'm here for Celeste and I'm staying for the hoped for goat rimming. There will not be any goat rimming tonight. Well, no, we're not going to be that far ahead. Should Can I spoil what that is a reference to? There's a film that we discussed on a recorded medium. So, the person who would give me permission. Okay, there he is. Tony, thank you. Okay, so last night I recorded for the Imprint cast, and me and Dustin, Tony, John, and Suzanne, the Imprint regulars, and then my friend Dustin. Um, I actually don't know if there are any cat movies. We'll see. Um, what was I saying? Oh, we did a podcast discussing the Antichrist, specifically the Imprint release of it, as is their wont over on the Imprint cast. But yeah, it should be it should be good. I think it went really well, and I trust Tony to edit it in a way that is gonna make it look good. So we got this. Yo, these fucking gloves are doing something for me. I gotta tell you, this is good shit. Um, they're pretty comfortable too. It's just not particularly practical. Um, all right. We got 10 people here already. That's cool. Thanks y'all for being here. Donations, tips are live as always. So obviously you don't have to, but anything and everything is appreciated. Um, I got a surprise tax rebate from the state of Virginia today, so that was cool. So I'm not like super suffering, but uh, there's always bills, you know? You can fund more cute outfits like this, okay? Because that's what I spent money on today. We went to Spirit Halloween and I bought shit. Yo, these keep wanting to like fall off of my head. Maybe I just need to keep them more forward. I don't know. Or maybe they're incompatible with glasses because they're competing for space behind my ears or something. I don't have my lame, not nearly as cute human ears, you know? Anyway. Chocolate, soy milk, break. Okay. What do we want to do first? Um, yeah, I think maybe you should have gotten clip-on ones. You could always borrow mine. Okay, maybe I will get clip-on ones. I just don't want it pulling my hair. That doesn't sound very pleasant. Thank you, Haunted Sideshow. I appreciate that. um, what do I want to do first? I think let's do this first. Okay, so, um, my friends, Erica and Lance over at Unsung Horrors, every year they do a Horror Gives Back challenge. Um, they basically they create 31 categories for each day in October, and everybody creates a list for. Thanks, Beck. I appreciate that. For everybody creates a list, basically picking whatever movie they want within the category. Usually people like to bend the rules a little bit, but like if it's like more or less in the category or what have you, I think it's probably close enough. Um, and the idea is that this is going to be clipped on a segment for my main channel. So in the description of the clipped video, you'll see the link to participate and the link to donate. But essentially, they have a I don't actually know how it works, but they have a some kind of fundraising link for Best Friends Animal Society, and for every movie that you watch, you donate $1. So some people interpret that as like for every movie you watch within the challenge, and some people interpret that as for every movie you watch in October, for every horror movie you watch in October. There's different ways to interpret it. Um, I tried doing it last year and I failed. But this year I'm really going to make a go for it. I'm going to make it public. It's going to be a whole thing. I'm going to hopefully do a video at the end of it and do a little recap and rank all the films I saw. I've made my list and I'm trying to do all first time watches. Um, I might have to cheat and throw in some rewatches if I don't quite make it and it's down to the wire and I got to sub in some picks. And um, oh, also, you don't have to donate to Best Friends Animal Society. You can donate wherever you want. Um, I'm probably going to donate to the PCRF because that's just the place I've been donating whenever I do a donation. And yes, the list is not permanent, by the way. I'm going to be changing it throughout the month. So this is completely tentative. And yeah, I thought we'd just go through the categories and my selections. So, okay. Shout out Erica and Lance. Everybody listen to Unsung Horrors. It's a dope ass fucking podcast. Just in general, but especially if you are into obscure and underseen horror films, then yeah, I think you'll get a lot out of it if you're really into the discovery process, and especially if you're into watching children die on screen in films, then you'll have a home there because Erica wrote a book about it. And that's one of the categories, and we'll get to it. But yeah, Jeff says he's looking forward to seeing the list. Yeah, it was fun making it. Um, feel free to. Oh, I'll just let me throw this in the chat. So, and it'll be in the link at the just and it'll be linked in the description for the YouTube video. Um, so feel free to go through and copy my descriptions to make your own list if you want to. And let's all band together as freaks and lovers of the weird and subversive and give back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? um, yeah, Jeff, last year I was kind of banking on the Horathon having enough titles to fill these categories. Didn't quite work out, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm off to a good start this year, so I'm hoping that that will work out. So the first is Lon Chaney, and that can be interpreted as junior or senior. And so I picked Lon Chaney Sr., and I picked the original, I think this is the original cinematic adaptation of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. We're actually going to be discussing the Disney version today on stream. Okay, so I noticed, Jeff, that you were number one and you went down to number three. And I have no idea why, because I feel like you should still be number one. I don't know how this system works, but Dana, if you're listening, you have a shot. I thought it was set in stone with whoever gets there first, but I guess not. Um, uh, what was I saying? Oh, I in the months that we're going to be covering today for the Letterboxd update, I did watch the Disney version, so we're gonna be talking about that. Um, so yeah, I picked that one. I don't have a Blu-ray for it or anything. Um, I think it's based on chats too, but I think you have the most chats too, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. Anyway, um, yeah, I don't know. Uh, okay. Next is a sequel. And I picked Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. This is the third or fourth, let me see, in the Hammer Frankenstein series. Uh, oh, one, two, three, four, five. It's the fifth one in the Hammer Frankenstein series. Oh, I was saying earlier, I don't have a Blu-ray of Hunchback, but I'm at, it's silent, right? It's public domain, so it should be on YouTube, so it'll be fine. I watched my Blu-ray of this, Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed, that is. Yeah, this I watched it last night and this morning. I just have like a studio 4-pack of Hammer films that this was on. And I thought it was really good. I gotta tell you, fucking Frankenstein, he's fucking depraved in this one. Bro is like insane. He really goes for it. Anyway, what am I doing? We're not reviewing. That's for the end. I always feel like I gotta give you something insightful, but I don't have to do that right now. We're just going through the list. Okay. Next is Bleeding Skull. So that's anything Bleeding Skull has put out, anything they've mentioned in a publication, anything on their Letterboxd lists, pretty much anything Bleeding Skull. And I found Brain Damage on a list that they put out of the 50 best films of the 80s, I think is the one that I found it on. But anyway, I've got a Blu-ray of this. I've been meaning to listen to the Bloodhouse episode about it. Um, so yeah, there's that one. I don't think I've seen any Hammer Frankenstein films. They're awesome. They're so good. I love them. I think you would love them a lot, Jeff. And they might play some at Horathon this year. Hammer's Frankenstein films are always great. They are. Terrence Fisher is a banger fucking director, and Peter Cushing. I don't know, man. I think he's the best Frankenstein, like easily, easy. See, we've got Love for Brain Damage. Completely blew my boyfriend's mind showing him Brain Damage. It was his first Henenlotter. Yeah, I've not seen it. What of his films have I seen? Oh my gosh, it might be zero. It's not zero. There's a dog barking outside. I've apparently watched one. The only one I've watched is his documentary on Herschel Gordon Lewis. So I have functionally seen none of them. So that'll be fun. Next is something starring, I don't know how to pronounce this person's name. I apologize. Lena Rome. And this is the most popular film that she's been in. She seems to just be in tons of Jess Franco films, so I feel like we could have just said Jess Franco. But in any case, I think they'll have an episode coming out soon as well, going through the categories and their picks and everything. Um, so I'll try to link that too in the description if it comes out in time. Um, wow, chat is popping off today. This is nice. Thank you all. Um, I picked female vampire because it was the only one that was like accessible to me. I don't have it on anything, but it's on one of my friend's Plex servers, and that was not true of any of the other ones, and none of the other ones are streaming either, so we went with that one. Next is Good Boy. Category is 21st Century Horror. Check this one off the list today. We actually just got back from seeing it in the theater like an hour ago. And I'll save my thoughts, my more in-depth thoughts, but it's good. I enjoyed it, and it's really cute. So if you're like real into dogs, you'll probably like it. Next is a slasher. I had a lot of options, but because I'm still catching up on my Vinegar Syndrome 2024 releases, and there's a lot of them that could be counted in that. But I went with Blood Tracks because it's cool and like has like I think black metal or something in it. In any case, it's intriguing to me and I want to watch it. So, and I've got the Blu-ray, obviously. So there's that. Let me catch up here. Brain Damage, that's in my top 4. I love it so much. Nice. Brain Damage, in my opinion, is better than Basket Case. I just bought Basket Case. I haven't seen it yet, obviously, but hopefully I'll get to check that out soon. Frankenhooker Rules 2. Yeah, it's been on the list forever. I definitely need to see it. Cushing is definitely the best Frankenstein. Jeff, highly recommend Hammer's first Frankenstein film, The Curse of Frankenstein. Yeah, Christopher Lee is Frankenstein's monster in that one. It's hard. That female vampire poster rips as well. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a closer look. I mean, it's pretty good. We're not having any problems with Letterboxd posters today either, so hopefully that stays consistent. Okay. Saw it for the first time earlier this year. Nice. Okay. Good luck with Blood Tracks. I thank you. Next is Stelvio Cipriani? Cipriani? An Italian man, I assume. He is a film composer, a composer of film scores. And Piranha 2. I can't use my phone with these things. That's okay. Andrew, hello. Happy Saturday indeed. I should keep this off my desk because it's going to buzz at me. Piranha 2. That's been on my list of films to check out because I think I'm pretty close to completing James Cameron's filmography. And this is like a weird one. And it's on my Plex server. So if you want to watch it, go check it out there. I mean, that's a 2.1. Like, this is gonna kick ass. I like the original Piranha a lot too. So I've seen, well, okay. It seems like I've not seen a lot of his films, but in terms of the major ones, The Devils, Joe, what the hell is this? Okay, I guess it's coming out soon. So like a lot of this stuff hasn't come out yet, and a lot of this stuff is like amusement park rides, like literally. And, you know, there's some weird stuff on here. But in terms of the main ones, I just need to see Avatar 2, The Abyss, and Piranha 2. What is this? Okay, this is some kind of documentary about... Oh, the wreckage of the Titanic. Okay, so I guess there's that one too. But, you know. Titanic fucks. I don't care what anyone says. Fucking love that movie. Me too, man. It's a favorite. I gave this shit a 9 out of 10. It's beautiful. It's an amazing movie. Next, physical media. Anything you own on physical media. I fucking, every year, I'm like, I'm finally watching. You have Ghost of the Abyss if you want me to put it on the Plex? Sure, that'd be cool. Yeah, send it to me. Blood for Dracula. Every year I'm like, I'm finally gonna watch Blood for Dracula. I'm finally gonna do it. but I always want to double feature it with Flesh for Frankenstein, and I kind of feel like that should be a group thing, but it's hard to get people together for a double feature, so hasn't happened yet. That's my pick for physical media. Obviously, if you know me, you know there's options, but that's what I went with. Next is a TV movie. I went with Ghost Watch and Udo Kier Tour de Force. Hope you enjoy. Thank you, Rachel. Blood for Dracula is ridiculous and you'll love it. It's a pretty strong recommendation. Ghost Watch is rad and pretty much the original Late Night with the Devil. Yeah, I haven't seen that one either, but I heard it being compared to this one a lot. I really, really like found footage, mockumentary type stuff. This is shot on video. It's a TV movie. Yeah, it's on the list because Bloodhouse covered it, and I haven't seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to that. Next is Sweetest Taboo. So this is any film in which a child is killed on screen. Erica has a list, multiple lists, in fact, for you. And I think this is the one I picked last year and I didn't get around to it. I keep wanting to watch this fucking movie, but it's really long, so I never get around to it. I'm doing it, hopefully. I'm gonna do it this year. This might be the sort of thing where I'm watching a different movie and I realize that that happens in it and I'm like, whoop, switching that out. But for now, that's where we're chilling. And I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray. I fucking pre-ordered that shit years ago and I still haven't watched it. Embarrassing. Anyway. Next is 1970s. I watched Tombs of the Blind Dead. It's a fun one. Spanish Gothic. If you're into fucking Fulci, if you're into George A. Romero, check that shit out. Next is Animal Attack. I went with Daddy's Deadly Darling, aka Pigs. I think this is the one where pigs eat people. So that's pretty cool. I have the 88 Films Blu-ray. Don't feel bad. I have a movie from my first VS subscription still wrapped. Which one? Which one? I'm behind, but from my first subscription, I watched everything. Next is South Korea. I went with I Saw the Devil because I have the Blu-ray. I've been meaning to see this one for a long time. And Val, if you're still watching, I know that you requested that we watch movies that are actually scary this year. From what I understand, this movie's pretty scary, so that's on there. I think I'm gonna switch this one out. But next is the Unsung Horrors rule. Oh, Old Dracula. Yeah, that one doesn't look very good. Unsung Horrors rule. This means that anything with less than 1,000 views on Letterboxd counts, because that's, if you're not familiar with their podcast, that's the conceit. That's the sort of hook, is they only review films with less than 1,000 views on Letterboxd. So I was kind of going through my physical media collection looking for stuff that might count, or podcasts that I listen to that have maybe done an episode on something recently. I mean, I could just pick an Unsung Horrors episode. That would be another one, but I did want to kind of pull for my collection. And I went with this, Judy, which is on the Scream Factory Blu-ray of Sleepaway Camp. It's a short film. I thought I should give myself an easy out, like an easy free space somewhere here and put a short film on there. I usually do a couple of those, but for these sorts of challenges. But yeah, I'm probably gonna switch it out at some point. Next is J and B. I had to look up what this means because I don't drink. It's apparently alcohol. So that's what that is. And there's a list on Letterboxd of films that, I guess feature J and B, and this is one of them. So we're going with that one. This is another classic where I'm like, bro, crazy that I haven't seen this yet. Like, this feels like a movie that was made for me. Like a horny fucking vampire movie with Susan Sarandon in it. Like, bro, come on. Yo, this choker is like kind of not comfortable, if I'm being honest. I almost want to bail on it, but I'm doing it. I'm committing. 30 minutes does not inspire confidence, but that's okay. Next is the 1990s. Val. Oh, David Bowie's in it too. Fuck. Didn't remember that about The Hunger, but any excuse to watch that one. Yeah, look out for the Scotch? Yeah, Jeff says it's cheap scotch. All right. Um, 1990s. Val, listen up. Cure is another one that I've been told is pretty fucking scary from people I trust. So check that out. But yeah, I've been meaning to watch this forever, but I think the hype is so high that I like want it to be special and I want to like I don't know, I don't want to be disappointed or whatever, but just heard nothing but amazing things about it, so. Next is Birth Year. Pretty sure you can see all of David Bowie in that movie if I remember correctly. Yo, we got Bowie Hog. That rules, dude. Let's go. Birth year. I was born in 1997, which is a flex for a lot of you, I know. I went with Wishmaster because I have the Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray set of all of the Wishmaster films. Next is Hail Satan. I assume that this is anything with Satan in it or about Satan, etc. I went with this one because again, Bloodhouse did an episode on it and I'm behind on a lot of their episodes, and this was the one that Erica picked. I don't know anything about this movie, but if she picked it, I assume it has Satan in it. So I'm like, all right, I'll go with that too. Next is K&B Effects. This is a effects production company, collective, I don't know. And I've seen a lot of their movies. And this was one of the ones that I've been really meaning to see because I still haven't listened to that old Faculty of Horror episode about Phantasm, and I've been meaning to rewatch the first one, so I'll have to hit both of them. Yeah, I knew Jeff would be excited about Phantasm. um, Next is Toby Hooper. It feels kind of ridiculous that I haven't seen Salem's Lot yet, so I was like, it should probably be that one. There's actually a decent amount of his like classics that I haven't seen yet. But yeah, Salem's Lot. We love vampires in this house. Next is 1960s. Gosh, I went with a lot of heavy hitters this time. Went with Repulsion, which is I know is supposed to be a dark fucking watch. Um, I, despite who he is as a person, I love the films of Roman Polanski. Um, and this one is supposed to be especially incredible, and I definitely want to see it. So we're going with that one. Next is South America. This was a little bit harder to look at or find options for because you can't just pick all of South America when you're filtering Letterboxd countries. But I found a list of South American films and then I filtered for horror. And this one was already on my watch list. I don't remember where it came across my radar, but it's called Nazareno Cruz and the Wolf. Seems neat. Next is a series episode. I think that can be any series. So, like, it could be a Halloween episode of Frasier or something. It could be whatever. But I have the whole Blu-ray set of the Hammer House of Horror. So, I'll watch one episode from that, hopefully. Next is Ingrid Pitt. Anything starring Ingrid Pitt. That might end up just being The Wicker Man again, but if not, the goal is to check out Countess Dracula. I have the network Blu-ray of that, RIP. Next is Haunted House. Right now I have the Haunted Palace, but I actually think I'm gonna change 21st Century and put Good Boy here under Haunted House and then do a different contemporary horror film for the 21st Century one. We'll see. We'll see. The Vampire Lovers is a good one for Ingrid Pitt. I've already seen that one is the only reason it's not on here, but I love that movie. Phantasm 2, I have the Blu-ray set of all the Phantasm movies, so presumably it has the uncut version, but I don't know. Next is Mexico. I actually have a decent amount of Mexican horror films in my collection, but I went with a Demon Rat. Always good to have something really dumb and easy, you know? Let me move my camera up a little bit. There we go. Now you can fully see my fucking cat ears. Okay. Next, Witches and or Warlocks. Again, I've been meaning to watch the fucking remake of Suspiria forever, and this seems like a good excuse as any to finally do that. Next is In Memoriam. So anybody who's died, I guess this year. Controversial opinion. Suspiria 2018 rips, and I genuinely like it more than the original. I hear that a decent amount actually, but also a lot of people really, really hate it. So I don't know. In Memoriam, I think, can be anybody who died this year, or maybe since the last challenge. I'm not entirely sure about that, but that one with I had to go with David Lynch. It's like the only person I could think of, and like the one that I definitely want to represent. And I don't think that this is a horror film, but David Lynch is a horror director, so we're going with this one, and it's another short film. I did not like it, and we will discuss the glaring plot hole when you've watched it. I assume you mean Suspiria and not this David Lynch short film, but yeah. Hammer or British? We'll see if I end up watching a different sequel and putting that in this spot, but right now I have Captain Clegg. A couple years back, I was going through all the Hammer films in my collection in chronological order, and this was the next one on that list that was actually a horror film. So that's that one. 1980s, I have the rental of the 4K of Dr. Caligari on the way. So I thought I'd go ahead and put that there. And viewer's choice, I also have the rental of the 4K of Needful Things on the way. So I thought we should go with that. That's my list. Let me know if you end up participating, and I would love to see your lists. So cool. That took way longer than I thought it would. I thought about just filming this as a video and hoping it would, and thinking it would only be like fucking 5 minutes or something, but of course, I can never do something in fucking 5 minutes, so here we go. Okay. Let me take you back over here. Okay. And then let me go back to where I am for the recap. Oh, damn it. I need to, shit. I have to censor myself again. I have to turn off the settings so that my it blurs out the adult posters. Because God forbid grown-ass adults on the internet see a female presenting nipple. I think that might actually traumatize some people. And then we'll see if that fucks up my posters again, if that was the reason for all that happening. Okay. Nice. So let's go back over here. Ingrid, hello. Thanks for being here. All right, first one is one that I already covered in Punk Vacation, so we're gonna skip it. These are my July watches, so getting there. Hopefully we can do July and August tonight. We'll see. Next is Six Streams Samurai. This has been on sale, I don't know how many times for Vinegar Syndrome, and now it's like completely out of print. And so I thought, you know what, I should probably just go ahead and watch it and see if it's worth having. And I don't know, man, I didn't like this at all, even a little bit. I'm sure it appeals to somebody, right? It's not like terrible. It's just not for me, you know? Okay. Pause real quick. This choker is actually like a sensory goddamn nightmare for me. So we are going to pop that off. That's so much better. Here you go. Enjoy it. Enjoy it close up. The little cat. Meow meow. Very good. Okay. Okay. um, moving along. We watched Humanist Vampire Seeking Consenting Suicidal Person. Val, if you're in the chat, feel free to drop your takes on this one. So we watched it together. I really enjoyed it. I thanks Ingrid. I appreciate that. I um yeah, I thought that this was a really cute premise and I like the way that it's executed. I like how it sort of handles suicidality in young people. I like how it's a fresh take on vampires, I think. Which is something that's been done for hundreds of years at this point. So it's nice to see something kind of new. It's French Canadian and in French. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just a really cute movie. Um, we love humanism. uh, yeah, Val, feel free to type in your thoughts if you want to, and I will read them on air. Oh, and I watched that on Plex. Wraith. What the hell is this? These fucking insane Christian movies I like can never remember. Oh, Jeff, I just saw your chat. I was like, who's talking about nipples in the chat right now? I gotta switch this to live chat so I see all of them. Ingrid says, I liked Humanist Vampire quite a bit too. I really vibed with the main character. I'd be her friend. Yeah, I'd like to think so, you know? For Wraith, I just wrote the sort of thing that probably goes really hard if you're stupid. That's kind of mean, but what is it? I think I just agree with your takes. It's a charming movie and a really special take on vampires. Yeah. Yeah, it's cute. Check it out. What the hell's this movie about? It's a horror movie, right? Yeah, Christian horror, always a fun time. There's something in my room. After living in an old mansion for almost 10 years, a family suddenly discovers a ghost-like presence trying to communicate with them. A supernatural thriller. Okay, thank you. Um, I give this a 1, which usually means that there's something ideologically odious in here. Or like it's birdemic levels of bad. Like that movie got a 1 and there's nothing really objectionable in it. It's just that bad. Um so I don't know. I honestly don't remember. I think that this had some really stupid uh some really bad social messaging or politics in it or something. I mean, chances of that are I feel like that's a safe bet guessing why it's scored so low, right? Killing of Satan, that was a great Christian horror. You remember that one from Horathon. Yeah, I like that was when I was in and out of sleep. Um, and I just remember seeing like dead snakes and shit. I did rewatch it later, and it's fun for sure. That movie's kind of insane. It's like yeah, it's a Christian horror movie from the Philippines. Really low budget, really schlocky, weird stuff. I endorse that movie. Next, oh boy, my mare. Hmm. What should I say about this? Should I be careful with how I talk about this? Um, look, I'm just gonna say this one's for the real freaks, okay? Uh, you know, if you're not into subversive stuff, if you're not into some real wacky psychosexual stuff, maybe steer clear. But this one was definitely for me. 9 out of 10, if you can see. After his father's death, a young man is introduced to a world of hedonism and depravity by his amoral mother. Yeah, it's like this movie is like really artsy and like also like intensely erotic and fucking Isabelle Huppert fucking shout out one of the goats for real. She she's she's never met a role she's afraid of. I swear, dude. Like also, I don't want to spoil the ending of this movie, but it's insane. It's completely insane. Um I'm just saying, let me just say that French filmmakers specifically, they're not beating the allegations. They're all freaks. um, yeah, I was like really stoned watching this, and I don't know, man, I just really vibed with it. This is my kind of shit. So the freaks are coming out. I'm adding that to my list. Ooh boy, yeah. Um, 2004. So 2000s are not famously, are not exactly known for being the best decade, but it's a good one. I loved the ending. Yeah, the ending is good. Next is the Hills Have Eyes remake. Yeah, I didn't like this at all. I think it took what was a pretty interesting satire on American culture and like specifically like hyper individual like survivalism and like guns and all this other stuff. Yeah, it sucks. Like you're right. It's just bad. God, it's like really weirdly like Bush era conservative. It's aesthetically hideous. This movie's not good. Like, oh hey, Dustin, thank you for totally I didn't get to read it. Oh, for totally putting me in a spooky mood with your festive feline getup tonight, choker or not. Thank you. Dustin hit me with the 15 bucks. I appreciate that. You are the best. Let's run that shit back. As a reminder, the donations, in addition to making me happy, will make Godzilla do a dance. Presumably he's happy. So, you know, you're doing double the public good if you think about it. um, what was I doing? Oh, this stupid shit. Let's see. Yeah, this is the fucking guy that did High Tension, movie I don't like at all. I do not vibe with this dude, I guess. I guess I'll try these other movies because like you know, they're fairly popular and probably I think I've heard various recommendations for some of these, you know. Excuse me. But yeah, we're not off to a good start. Me and Alexander there, not off to a good start. Next, this was when I went through. Okay, so the new Superman was out in theaters, and I felt like I had a lot of homework to do because I did not have any kind of familiarity with Superman in terms of the actual works out there, other than like cultural osmosis, watching Man of Steel when it came out, and watching various cartoon episodes of Justice League and probably some Superman shows when I was like a kid. Um, but I really don't know too much about it. So I thought I'll just watch all the Superman movies because that's the thing that makes sense to do. So I did. And I started with the original and I really liked it. You know, it's sort of like blockbusters from the 70s just hit different, you know? Like there's definitely like when we're in this like sort of golden age of auteur cinema and but like we also gave them like the budgets and the IPs to do like big budget shit, like blockbuster shit. Um it's a good time. It's a good time, you know? This is a good movie. I like it. I think oh my god, what's her name? Margot Kidder. Oh god, she's the best. She's so good in this. She's the best Lois Lane. Like it's also not close to me. Like I don't know. Like you know, you've probably seen my hopefully you've seen my review of Superman, the new one, and you'll know that that's I think the best Superman film ever made. But she's the best Lois Lane. Like come on. Yeah, good point, Jeff. Practical effects kick ass and are always great. They're kind of dated in this one, but I think that that's okay. We're at we've been hanging out at like 15 viewers for a minute now. That's really cool. Um, what do you know? When you're consistent, good things happen. Still kind of goes crazy. Mario Puzo, the writer of The Godfather, wrote this. That's cool. I didn't know that. The music in Superman is astounding. Yeah, the score is really good, although I gotta say, I gotta call out John Williams for a second. The score is really close. Like the theme in particular, it's really close to the Star Wars one, right? My man was kind of recycling beats, you know what I'm saying? I also watched the 78 Superman for the first time this year. It's very charming and the build up to the helicopter catch really works. Yeah, it's pretty like hokey and, you know, it's a little bit what am I trying to say? Quaint. It's a little bit quaint. But I do think it's really charming and cute, and I liked it a lot. Oh my god. Okay, next is Praise Praise Band the movie. Can you guess what this is about? It's about a praise band. I mean, AC/DC has made the same record their entire career. You know, I really, really don't like AC/DC. That's a fun fact about me. I think it's fine to do the same thing over and over again, but maybe not if you're like trying to create iconic film themes. Maybe we don't recycle melodies, but whatever. It's fine. Clearly he got away with it and nobody cares. So it's chill. Um, this is a really dumb movie about like a praise band, and like the central conflict in this movie is that they want to move from like this church wants to move from like a traditional uh like choir and sort of old school musical presentation to like having a praise band, so like guitars and drums and shit. And like the old people are like, no, that's the work of the devil and shit. And so like the message of the movie is like, it's fine to praise Jesus even with the instruments of the youth. So, it's a dumb movie, but it's like it's fine. Like it's pretty inoffensive as far as these things go. I want to watch all of these Christian movies. You should. You should. You can't get what you get out of these movies anywhere else. Like they really are singular experiences. Um Next is Tarot. This movie's terrible. Terrible. Sorry. It's not good at all. Like it's the worst that contemporary mainstream horror has to offer, I think. I will forever praise AC/DC for their Maximum Overdrive soundtrack. I think a big dumb action movie is kind of exactly the kind of thing that they would be suited for. Um, like when they did like the Iron Man soundtrack, like I think that that's probably around um the level of quality that they are operating on, and so it kind of works in that context. Um, you with the Christian movies is like me with my love for made for Lifetime movies. I am a glutton for punishment with these. Yeah, there is a sort of masochism to it, I think, which I guess isn't surprising for me, but I don't think I've ever seen a Lifetime movie. I don't know that I would get anything about it or get anything out of it. Um, because there's also sort of like a political project in engaging with these really deranged Christian movies and kind of like understanding the mindset of the enemy, so to speak. I don't know that just like a paint by numbers churned out Lifetime movie would do it for me, but I've also never seen them. I just kind of assume that they're not for me, but maybe I'll watch them and be like, yo, this is like crack, and I'll be into it. Have you seen the full God's Not Dead series? No, I've seen the first one and that's it, and it's one of the worst movies of all time. Um, Easy contender. I need to see the rest of them. I think I do. I think it's time. I'd kind of decided that one was enough for me at first, but no, I think they're special enough that I should go back and watch them again or watch them all. Oh, I wrote a review. Hopefully it's not mean. The type of bullshit that feels like it was made to irritate the shit out of me personally. Yeah, this is like a horror movie about how like tarot is like this like real sacred thing or whatever. I forget exactly. Maybe the description will. Oh my God. Okay, your fate is in the cards. When a group of friends recklessly violate the sacred rule of tarot readings, they unknowingly unleash an unspeakable evil trapped within the cursed cards. One by one, they come face to face with fate and end up in a race against death. Yeah, this felt pretty similar to the Christian stuff I watched, just like, you know, sort of in the religion for gay people sort of domain, tarot and that sort of thing, right? Yeah, this one I cannot for the life of me remember why this bothered me so much, other than the fact that it's about tarot, I guess, and taking that seriously as a real thing or whatever. But Yo, somebody, I guess anonymous, donated, tips $25. Can I do this with these on? I think I can. Can you see it? It's all black. I'm doing hearts for you. Thank you. Let's run that shit back. Happy October, everybody. Hell yeah, thank you. Next. Summertime Christmas. Wow. This is like I like forget about these movies. They leave my brain. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, half the time I'm not paying attention. That's another utility that God damn, why is the description so long? Okay. That's another utility of them is that sometimes I want to be watching something, but I don't want to pay attention. Like I want to like also be like looking at my phone or like thinking about something else or eating or just getting really high or something. And these are perfect for that because it doesn't really matter if I miss anything when I'm watching Summertime Christmas. Look at this. Look at this shit. Jesus Christ. While vacationing separately in small town USA, Elwood and Nora, two of Sandel's elves, oh, I remember this, receive an urgent transmission initiating a series of events that will change their lives and the world forever. With the help of one good little girl, they set out to rid the town of an economic depression and turn the wayward children back from naughty to nice. As their relationship blossoms, they discover the limits of their magic, the true meaning of Christmas, and the joy of helping others. Yeah, that sounds nice. This movie explicitly endorses hitting your kids like more than once. That's like one of the core messages of the movie. That's why it has a 1 out of 10. Fuck that shit. Here's your PSA. I don't know how many parents I have listening, but don't hit your kids, and that includes spanking them. Spanking them, as it turns out, is hitting your kids, and it's actually a sexualized version of it, and it's really fucked up. Don't do that. Moving on. Side roads. Hell yeah, dude. I don't have the copy to show. Oh, man. What says Christmas better than child abuse? Truly. Truly. That's what the C in Christmas stands for. Child abuse. Um yeah, I Val in the chat drew me a furry version of the uh I realize dressed the way I am and what I just said, it makes it sound like I am a furry, which is not true. I'm a furry ally. We love furries in this house. Um, I'm just not personally one. It's okay. But he drew me a furry version of the of the poster, and it's sick. It's so dope. You can be a furry if you want to be. See, that's the thing, is that I don't want to be. I feel like you know me well enough that if that's something that I wanted to do, I'd just do it. It just doesn't speak to me. The closest I'm gonna get is this and the cat ears. This is cute. This is fun. This is a look. I don't know about the whole thing though. Furry allies unite. Yeah. Sometimes it's okay to just be an ally, you know? I'm enough of the thing, you know? I need allies for a lot of different groups of people. We're getting horny in the chat. I'm not going to say that I discourage it. I'm just going to notate that. um Distracting me. Your thirsty ass fucking chats. What was I saying? Furries. Right. I'm always needing allies, you know? I need white allies, I need cis allies, I need straight allies, I need religious allies, I need political allies. It's nice to be the ally for once, you know? It's a good role to occupy once in a while, right? Um, okay, side roads. Genuinely, I wrote, genuinely feels like a full season of a soap opera that wasn't picked up and was thus adapted into an overly long, very dumb, and very entertaining feature-length film. I was shocked how much I liked this. I thought it was going to be just kind of dumb. It was dumb, but I thought it was going to be boring. It's not. It's like really trashy, like really melodramatic sort of romantic crime drama. I really liked it. Jeff, do you have it? This is the one that they sent out, Vinegar Syndrome sent out as a April Fool's Day surprise. Which, despite the fact that this one really worked out for me, I didn't go for it this year, unfortunately. I just don't think I had the money for it or whatever, but it worked out well this time, and I'm excited to see what it is next year or this year. Um, okay, yeah. Yeah, you should check it out. It's a lot of fun. Let me read the description real quick. Joe Velasco is awarded parole for good behavior, promising to live life as a reformed man and avoid the underworld activities which landed him in jail. But almost immediately following his release, a series of occurrences begin to steer him back towards the road to ruin. Sort of one last job sort of deal, right? Next, we have... What is this? Oh, there's also 2 SOV features on the disc. Um, this is actually kind of impossible to watch unless you speak French. So I just kind of had it on. Um, I don't know. SOV feature by Bill Bordy, produced in French and left deliberately untranslated into English as an American homage and pastiche of the French farce genre. So it doesn't have subtitles. By the way, Val, the producer on this project, the restoration specialist, everything, my friend Oscar over at Vinegar Syndrome, I sent him a picture of the artwork you did, and he said he was going to show it to the director. And I followed up with him once, and he said he hadn't done it yet, but I need to follow up with him again because I love the idea that the director of these films, who is like fucking 90 right now, will get to see furry art of his feature from the 80s that he like forgot about and like doesn't think is very good. I think that would be great. Um okay, Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn, Part 2. Um if I wasn't wearing these gloves, I'd do it right now, but I literally can't type on my phone. So, you know what? I liked this movie when I watched it in the theater, and I liked it again watching it a couple months ago. I think the ending battle sequence is really good. I think it's effective. I think it goes harder than I was anyone should have expected it to. They're like ripping jaws, like ripping people's heads off by the jaws and shit. It's cool. It's a cool movie. I like it. Um, this was unrelated. Twilight Blues. Yeah, this is like a weird one. This was like way too long, but this was another of the SOV features on that set. Um, fuck that ending. With the baby? Um, I remember this movie, but I'm trying to remember what it was about. It's about this guy who's like dating an older woman or something like that, and then he like falls in love with a stripper, and the stripper lays in like in love with him, and then it gets like really messy and dramatic, and it's a whole thing. Anyway, it was fine. Unless you're like kind of OCD about it and you don't feel like you have to watch everything in your collection, I don't think you need to watch those SOV features if you have it, but you know, you can. Jesus. Titanic, the legend goes on. Okay. What do I even say? I already said stuff, so I can just go with that. I wrote, oh, they do the thing I hate most in the films with the ending battle sequence. Oh, I understand. Yeah, I could see that that could be annoying for people. I thought it was effective in the way it was utilized. Like even the second time, even though I think I like kind of knew what that it was gonna happen, I like still it still got me. So I don't know. Okay, I wrote toes the line between being a singular exploitation outsider art fever dream, and a soulless cash grab operating at an unheard of level of incompetence and apathy. There's nothing else quite like it, but I also genuinely feel like I'm in hell watching it. For the full experience, you must sit through the Ouroboros-esque credits, somehow the most insane part of the whole film. It makes so much sense that this is Italian. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, I'm not upset, but I have OCD and hear it thrown around on the internet. It's not an adjective, but a disorder. Yeah, I also think I have OCD. It's come up in therapy and stuff, and maybe I should be less cavalier with how I use it, because I think that that's a fair call out in the way I was using it there. But for what it's worth, I'm pretty sure I'm also OCD. So I have many mental disorders, which is very fun for me. Um, oh no, not the one with the rapping dog. The one with the rapping dog, indeed. um, it's horrible. It might be the worst movie ever made, but it's so there just really isn't anything like it, and it's so flagrant in how lazy it is. Like they will reuse the same shot, literally 20 times, and like I've never seen anything like it, and I genuinely feel like I'm being like punched over and over again every time I see the same goddamn shot of the dogs turning around and looking sad or whatever the case may be, right? Worst movie ever made is Axum, and everyone needs to see it. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I'm interested for sure. Jeff says he has OCD. Awesome Halloween list. Thank you. Hooray for neurodivergent. Yeah, yeah. I feel like sometimes I can. This is a tangent. Sometimes I can feel like, okay, not everybody can be neurodivergent. Some of y'all are faking it, which is of course a mean and ableist thing to think. But it's just also the a natural consequence of the fact that all of our social media feeds are tailored to our personalities, our interests, and our attributes, right? So if my feed is to be believed, everyone on earth is neurodivergent, leftist, and trans, and into the same kind of movies and music I am. And obviously that's not true. And maybe it's just because my reckoning of my own neurodivergence is more recent than those other things, but and so maybe it feels like everything is just sort of happening all at once or whatever, but it's just my algorithm picking up on the fact that I've learned these things about myself, right? So I'm just like, damn, it really feels like everyone's autistic now. But it's just because I'm autistic and I attract other autistic people because we just kind of find each other. And I gotta say, I don't think that this is as explored as it should be, but like this is already kind of self-selecting. I think that if you're like a capital C collector and you're like really, really into movies or you're really, really into something, like the chances that you're neurodivergent are pretty high. I think a lot of this, and that's not a bad thing, but I think a lot of this is that I think that collecting in and of itself or all these other things sort of attract the kind of people with these sort of disorders or neurodivergencies or what have you. In society, we naturally gravitate to each other. Yeah. Yeah. I found out a lot of fun things about myself after reading the notes from the new psychiatrist I saw recently. Well, you don't have to share, but feel free. Gosh, Titanic: The Legend Goes On. It is an intense amount of fun to watch, but only I think with other people. I think this might be torture if I watched it by myself. But like how bad and how repetitive and how lazy it is genuinely shocking even the second time. Like there's like I cannot believe how long the credits are when I'm watching it. Like every time I think it's over, even knowing how long it is, they keep going. Just shocked. Um, but yeah, I think you should probably watch this. If I'm being honest. Is there a Blu-ray? Is there a Blu-ray? Let me find out. I don't know that anybody would waste their time putting this out on Blu-ray. Continue without disabling. We are checking Blu-ray.com. Oh, I meant to read something earlier. One of my hyperfixations is the Titanic, and I can't. I just can't. There's another animated movie about the Titanic with a giant octopus. Well, what's that one called? Because that sounds sick. Okay, there's not a Blu-ray in the States. Let me check the world. No, there is not a Blu-ray of Titanic: The Legend Goes On. So I guess there's a hole in the market for whoever wants to pick up on that one. Was it shot on film? Vinegar Syndrome. Get on that. Blood Tracks got a Blu-ray release, so you never know. Blood Tracks, is it really that bad? I've not heard great things about it. Titanic: The Octopus Continues. You should probably make 8 of those for that to really. That's a stupid joke. Okay. The Legend of the Titanic. God, they're all like variations of the same title. Well, okay, let's find it. Let's find it together. Dude, typing with these kind of sucks. Of the Titanic. I'm getting used to it. I'm learning. Is this 1 year early? Okay, let me share with the class. This came out 1 year before Titanic: The Legend Continues. Wait. Wait. Is it a sequel? Oh my god, no, but there's another one that's the fuck, dude. In Search of the Titanic. Man, these look like they fucking kick ass, dude. This I'm shocked. It's an Italian guy. There's 2 Italian guys that made animated Titanic movies that are terrible. Bro. Okay. This no. The Prince of the Dinosaurs. Simba the King Lion. The King Lion? Bro. Okay. Okay. I've got Blood Tracks on deck for this month too. Hope it's fun at least. Blood Tracks isn't good, but I do like my snowy slashers. Nice. Yeah, I'm getting notifications. I can't do anything about it on account of my gloves, but that's okay. It's worth it for the bit. I had no idea there was a full genre of Titanic animated films. Me neither, man. But I guess there is. And I've seen one of them, and I still didn't know that. That's crazy. Night Chills. This is the D&D shot on video feminist proto-incel slasher. This is my second time watching it because I insisted that my coworker should see it. So they came over and we watched it. This is a female-directed SOV horror film, which is, from what I understand, relatively rare. Role-playing with a vengeance. When a group of friends mock the wrong person during their role-playing game, they soon find themselves haunted by a vengeful night straight out of their fantasy world. As the line between reality and fiction blurs, they must uncover the truth before they become the next victims of his wrath. This might be a good place to start if you're not familiar with SOV horror films and you want to try something that isn't too aesthetically hideous and is a little bit more professionally made and has some sort of thematic value to it. I think that there's a lot of interesting things going on here. Yeah, I endorse this. I like it a lot, actually. And it's on Tubi. But Saturn's Core put it out, and they did an excellent job with the Blu-ray, so check that out as well. I mean, look at this guy. Like, that's fucking sick. Okay. Oh, hell yeah, dude. We got fucking cat movies. Let's go. Maybe there is a God. I knew I did this for a reason. The Cat Returns. Let's go. It's not so bad being a cat now, is it? Sure isn't, bro. Fucking rules. Young Harder rescues a cat from being run over, but soon learns it's no ordinary feline. It happens to be the Prince of the Cats. Dude, I think you know if you like this. Like, if this is for you, I think you'll figure that out pretty fucking quick. If you like Ghibli movies, if you like cats, check this shit out, dude. I don't have much to say about it, other than I love it, because there's fucking hella cats everywhere. I think there's an argument to be made that this has a little bit of a conservative or maybe not reactionary is the right word, but definitely conservative message by the end of it, but I choose not to read it that way because I love the cats. And I think that there is also a read on it, where it's a film about self-acceptance rather than accepting your lot. You know what I'm saying? That's a subtle but pretty crucial distinction. So, yeah. But Cat Returns. There are cats in it. I feel like the backdrop should have a cat, so yeah, that's much better. This one's good too. This one's good. Really, any of them with cats. Here's where she's a cat. Pretty cute. Um, more cats. More cats. God, this movie rules, dude. Okay. Prob Probably maybe this one? That's the same cat twice, though, is it? We're doing this. Sorry. You're gonna watch this. Some of you pay to watch this. Really think about that. I think this is probably the one, right? Yeah, the king cat. He's got a fucking fish on his goddamn, like, what would you even call this? Royal fabric or whatever. They're walking around like people. Dude, come on. Bro. Shit whips. Okay. Next is Abraham's Boys. I did a short review on this. You should watch that. But yeah, I was told, or I had heard pretty negative things about this, but I think it's actually a pretty interesting, pretty well made and beautiful and thematically rich sort of Dracula fan fiction. It's got autumnal October vibes, I think. So, is this one streaming yet? Mm, I mean, it's on rental platform. That rating is ridiculous. I'm sorry. This movie's good. Like, bro. Okay, I had to sneeze. I spared you all the sound. Um, yeah, this movie's good. Check it out. That's a cool image for the backdrop. Um, Superman 2. I'm surprised it took us this long to get to the next Superman movie. Okay. Is the next one? Yeah, okay. The next one's the Richard Donner cut, so I'll talk about them both. I'm really glad that the Richard Donner cut is out there now because it's very obviously better. Like I'm gonna stick around, but I gotta put my phone down for a bit. My hand is killing me from today. Yeah, dude, go for it. You're good. um, there, there's just weird stuff with the second one. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. Like, I think they fuck up, like they completely fuck up the movie, honestly. Like, they take out Marlon Brando entirely, and so that doesn't like, and that takes out some pretty crucial stuff. So like, the way that they fix it doesn't make a lot of sense, and like, it was purely like a financial decision. Like, it sucks, you know. But it's really awesome that they managed to reconstruct the original cut because it just works way better, and it's like obviously the one to watch, in my opinion. So it's cool that they're both on here in separate versions too, which is nice. So I can distinguish the ratings. But um, this one was my favorite of the original run of Superman films. Richard Donner cut of number 2. Really enjoyed it. Superman 3, not great. Trying to remember. Is this the one with Richard Pryor in it? Yeah, this is the one where Margot Kidder's in it for like 3 seconds. Yeah, Richard Pryor. I don't really remember much about this. I just thought it was pretty dull and not great, honestly, from what I remember. So, and then Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. I actually kind of liked this one. This is a canon film, which is interesting. That they had like a fucking low budget exploitation film distributor put this one out. This is a weird one where he like tries to like force humanity to not use nuclear weapons. Look at that poster. That poster is fucking hard, dude. That's sick. And then this one too. Some good imagery here. 1.7. Yeah, I think this one gets to the point where it's just schlocky enough for me, where it, like turns around into becoming entertaining, and I like it. Um, I gotta say, I know Gene Hackman is like one of the best actors of all time, and he also passed away this year, so maybe this is bad timing. I didn't think he was that great as Lex Luthor. I don't buy him as evil like at all. He's just kind of silly. But That is what it is. Um, oh my God, dude. So this is just like a propaganda hate film that I watched for because I'm masochistic again. It's because it, watching these and then listening to god awful movies tear it to shreds is really cathartic for me and entertaining at the same time. Yeah, if anybody out there is good at making hardcore music and wants me to like yell on top of it, I would love, love, love to just sample this over and over again. There's so many banger quotes in this that would go so hard in the context of a queercore album. So, but yeah, this is just a documentary back from '93, sort of talking about how gay marriage is going to lead to bestiality and pedophilia and all this other shit, you know? So it's a nice glimpse into our future, is what I'm saying. We have fun here. Okay. Next is Frida. I watched this because the um the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts, which is actually pretty local to me, it did an exhibition on Frida Kahlo and had a lot of her original works up. Didn't have a lot of the like instantly recognizable like bangers, but it had like dozens of her um original works and it had a lot of information on her and stuff. And so I wanted to go into it like knowing something about her so I could get more appreciation. Obviously I know some amount of stuff about her from like cultural osmosis. But I also my younger brother was slash is obsessed with Frida Kahlo, so he's been trying to get me to watch this movie in particular for years, and I finally did it. So I thought it was really great, actually, by the way. I thought it was like really beautiful, really well put together, really well made. I wish like Alfred Molina as Diego Rivera, he was really, really great. Like I'm not gonna pretend like he wasn't great, but I wish there was less of him. Like I wish it was less about him and more about her. You know, like he's like she's not in her own movie enough, I feel like. And that seems to be the general consensus in people who have issues with this movie is that like why the fuck is this dude in it so much? And why is it so much about their relationship as opposed to her life? Because it her life was more than just her relationship to a man or to another artist, right? Like she was like an incredibly important and influential figure in her own right, and it kind of is unfortunate that so much of it. And you know what? This was a film that I think Harvey Weinstein had a lot of involvement in, and I think he refused to finance it unless there was like a lesbian scene with enough nudity in it, which is pretty gross. So maybe he was also like, I don't care about the woman. I want to see more of the man. I don't know. Yo, thanks, Ingrid. We got $5 from homegirl Ingrid. Ingrid's Crypt. Always love hearing your insight on these films. Thanks. I appreciate that. Look at us trekking along on our goal. Incredible. Let's run that shit back. Thanks, friend. I appreciate you. Anyway, Frida, good movie. Check it out. It's also like really artistically well made and like it does a great job of like I did feel like I knew a lot more about her after watching this. Shout out to Salma Hayek too, by the way. God damn. She's incredible in this. And yeah, I did feel like I appreciated the exhibit way more. Moving along. Sovereign. This is gonna be a clip. I fucking love this movie. Like I might have to bump it up to a 9 actually. Like it's so good. It's so like of our current moment. It's so insightful and sad and funny and just really accurate in assessing this very particular flavor of sort of mass psychosis or like insanity that our like American culture is sort of going through and like how people sort of deal with the failure of systems all around them. Um I think I don't think it's just making fun of sovereign citizens. Like I think it is accurate in how silly they are, but it's also like Um, it's compassionate to the people who get tricked into this stuff and like how they get to that point and like why this stuff appeals to them, you know? Um, and it's just also really compelling. Like it's so good. Like I don't know, like if you're a person who has been following the sovereign citizen movement in any capacity, which it's not something I follow closely because it's so esoteric, it's like almost like watching like a cult or something, and it's so transparently like a scam and like ridiculous that I don't know, it kind of wears off and like it's such a fringe thing, but like these people exist and they're pretty extreme and this is a real thing that happened where people died, you know? Anyway, let's see. Struggling single father Jerry indoctrinates his son Joe into the sovereign citizen movement, teaching him that laws are mere illusions and freedom is something you take. But as Jerry's ideology consumes him, they are set in a collision course with a police chief who has spent his life upholding the rules that Jerry has spent his tearing down. So I also this is the type of story that could veer into propaganda very easily, and I don't think it is entirely exempt from that, but I also think it's aware of that and makes efforts to sort of avoid the usual trappings and pitfalls of that sort of trope or that sort of trap, right? Um, it's on my Plex server, but support it if you can. It was in theaters briefly. I gotta say, Jacob Tremblay is amazing in this, and fucking Nick Offerman. There's no one. I can't think of anyone else who could play this as perfectly as he does. Like he's so good for this part. Like not just because of his skills as an actor, but because of how he's like perceived, I think, incorrectly by like right wingers and stuff. It's a very self-aware sort of casting. That score is way too low. This movie is really, really, really great. Um, anyway, that's my endorsement of that. Next is Cradle of Filth Pandemonium. The pun doesn't really work, but yeah, this is I don't know. It's a time capsule for sure, you know. Um Undisputed Masters of Black Metal. Well, it's certainly disputed, I'll tell you that. Like I'm a really big fan, but that's a bold thing to say. Knowing black metal people anyway. Bring their extreme vision to the screen on this home video release. Cradle of Filth Pandemonium features the group's first music video for the song From the Cradle to Enslave, presented in its original uncut version, as well as a documentary on the making of the clip and the chaos that is Cradle of Filth's existence. So it's the music video, then it's the making of the music video, then it's a live performance, like on the Cruelty and the Beast tour, which is pretty sick. And you get some great footage of their fans waiting in line outside. It's crazy to me how big they were at the time. I didn't quite realize it. I thought that they blew up when Amphetamine came out, and before that they were more of a cult thing. But they were headlining a big theater, playing to a lot of people. So I don't know. They somehow managed to do it with, I think, pretty pretty on its face like inaccessible music. So that's cool. Um, all of this is on YouTube, by the way. You don't have to have the DVD. They were huge in the late 90s. Yeah, it's crazy to me. Like, this is not accessible music. This is very extreme, artsy, blasphemous, heavy music. Like, I get that nowadays maybe there's more extreme stuff, but like, I don't know. I guess they always found the way to bridge that gap between extremity and accessibility. In that they still have melodies and they still have like a brand and like a sort of, I don't know. And they definitely figured it out post Nymphetamine too, right? I love black metal and I still love Cradle of Filth. Yeah, I like almost maybe don't even think of them as a black metal band, like more of like a gothic sort of deal, but whatever they are, like as just an extreme metal band, they're one of my favorites. So, um, next is Pompoko. I really liked this, but I didn't quite love it. But I do love the raccoons. I'll tell you what, they got giant nuts. It's a fun thing. It's a good time. Actually, it's not. This movie's kind of a bummer, to be honest. The raccoons of the Tama Hills are being forced from their homes by the rapid development of houses and shopping malls. As it becomes harder to find food and shelter, they decide to band together and fight back. The raccoons practice and perfect the ancient art of transformation until they are even able to appear as humans in hilarious circumstances. Yeah, I don't know. This movie's a bummer. It's a lot like Watership Down in that it's about, and it's not like Secret of Nim in that it's like about the destruction of the homes of creatures who were here first. It's a bummer, man. Um, there was also like, again, I'm trying to remember, but there was some kind of messaging in this that I thought was questionable. I wasn't the biggest fan of. I don't remember. I also remember that it was maybe a little bit too long and dragged in parts, but still recommended, still worth seeing, still glad it exists. Next is Superman Returns. This movie's bad. Like, I don't know what to tell you. This movie is not good. This is just like, dude, the Bryan Singer's Kevin Spacey combo. What a fucking cursed movie. Like, if you still like it, I'm not gonna look at you sideways because it is what it is, and it was different when it came out, obviously. But like, and like, I honestly don't even think that that affects my score because if I'm being honest, if I'm being radically vulnerable with you all, okay, I need you to like hold me in the light right now. I think Kevin Spacey is the best Lex Luthor, like by far. Like he's actually feels evil because he kind of is, but he also like, he's a good actor and like he sells it. Like he actually sells what I think Lex Luthor, like how I understand that character, right? He's not like goofy or whatever. He's just kind of like evil in like a very Jeff Bezos way, you know? Um, I don't know. I thought this movie was dull and overlong and ugly and God, 154 minutes. Dude, I can't believe I sat through this shit. I like memory hold most of it because I don't remember it very well. Um, he is also actually evil. Yeah. Yeah, not great. I gotta watch what I say, dude. I was about to make a crack about where he's hanging out these days. Gotta watch it. Um, let's just say that to be fair, it's very easy to believe Kevin Spacey is evil. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying that like fucking there seems to be something going on where like if you get caught doing some weird shit with underage people, a lot of those people end up in Israel is all I'm saying. It's a little strange. I feel like okay, how do I say this? I hate that I feel like I have to be cagey about these things because like the way I just said it, I think there's a way that you could clip that and imply that I'm being anti-Semitic, and I'm really not. Like, it's because the structure of those. Oh, Jeff, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Jeff donated $20. We're gonna run back one of the previous donations. Um, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that specifically, but I don't know. I guess a genocidal fucking ethno state just tends to attract not the best people around, is all I'm saying. And they seem to just the structure and the government over there just seems to accept a lot of shady characters, and it's weird. It's weird, is all I'm saying. Okay, Mary. Hopefully you all understood what I was trying to say there. Mary, this is a fan fiction about Mary, the mother of Jesus, in like a fucking slick modern action film. Um, yeah, dude. This movie's bad. Like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what the fuck Anthony Hopkins is doing in this as King Herod. He's not good. I don't know. This movie's like not as offensive as a lot of the shit that I watch, and it's not as um it's more well made. Like there's a budget here and there's some amount of craft. But damn, dude, it's still not good. Um, moving on. How to Draw a Cat was a film from 1973, and I actually saw this scrolling on Instagram Reels, but it's a real movie and I watched the whole thing. So this is my first time tagging Instagram in my in my logging, right? Um, Next is Naked Came the Stranger. I reviewed that for Punk Vacation, so I'll move over it. Um, Next is A Thief in the Night. Related, Nick Cage's next film is apparently some kind of teen Jesus horror movie with FKA Twigs. That sounds dope. That sounds like people are gonna hate it, and I'm gonna love it. That's what I'm anticipating. Um, I wrote, honestly, it kind of works in a found footage, lost media, cult propaganda, horror film kind of way. The sort of thing you'd buy in an oddities auction and end up inheriting a curse. Obviously morally repugnant, but too psychotronic to cast away completely. I think that's pretty apt for how I feel about it. Patty, a young woman caught up in living for the present with little concern for the future, awakens one day to find her husband missing and the radio reporting that millions of people around the globe have mysteriously vanished. As dramatic, earth-shaking events begin to unfold around her, Patty realizes she is living in the end times spoken of in biblical prophecy. Dude, there is so many of these movies. These end times movies and these rapture movies. It's crazy how many of them there are. But yeah, this one just feels like lost media or like cursed media or something. Like it is like you could throw this on in a horror marathon and it would work. That's all I'm saying about that. Man of Steel. Okay. I watched this when it came out and I didn't like it, and it was next on my list to watch for all my Superman catch up, and I still didn't like it at all. Like I think it's pretty bad, honestly. Like I think it's ugly. I think it's morose. I think it's way too long and way too expensive and like crazy. Like it looks like all of the money just went into shitty special effects, and like it's just like spectacle over substance, I guess. I don't know. Like I think Superman should have a touch of whimsy. Is that so much to ask? Is that so wrong? I think you should have a touch of whimsy. No whimsy to be found. Man of Steel. It is whimsyless. He will believe that a man can fly. See, that sounds whimsical, but it's not. Uh, yeah, I just no, I don't like this movie. Okay. Oh my God, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. One of the worst, most painful films I've ever sat through. I mean, I genuinely couldn't believe it. Like a 2 out of 10 might be generous. I wrote, some valiant attempts have been made here and elsewhere, but the Zack Snyder perverts will not convince me that this was at all a good movie. There are some really good write-ups about this movie, like attempting to rescue it from how obviously terrible it is. Trying to enfold some kind of thematic depth into what is otherwise complete trash, like so obviously complete trash. But unfortunately, that's what it is. So, man, this one's rough. Okay, moving along. Justice League. Slightly better, still awful, just terrible. Um, man, I don't know what to say. It's not good. Like this movie's a mess. I still haven't. The only one I didn't get to in preparing, going through all the live action Superman films was Zack Snyder's Justice League, because I'm pretty masochistic, but fucking sitting through 4 hours of that shit, I don't know, man. It just felt real dark. Felt real bleak. I don't know that I have it in me to do that. Um I will still do it eventually. I'm gonna do it. But I just couldn't do it to myself right then and there. But yeah, I don't know. Like this movie's bad. Like it's just not good. I don't think, at least that's not controversial. Like I don't think anybody likes this movie. Um and then I watched Superman, and let me tell you, we were just really sitting through the dregs of it. Um Towards the end there, and goddamn. just getting to experience like nearly a perfect film and like I think a perfect Superman film like after sitting through like the worst that the history of this franchise had to offer, like I cannot even tell you how good of an experience I had watching this in the theater. I'll read what I wrote. I did a short video on it too, so check that out. I wrote on Cloud Nine right now. Cannot even believe how good this was. I cried 3 times. Hashtag in gun we trust. Hashtag woke is back. Hashtag free Palestine. Yeah, it's a movie about how like being kind and like being good to other people and like is like a good thing and like how a better world is possible and how like we should actually like not write off like war crimes happening abroad just because they're somewhere else. Like we should take some like responsibility for our involvement in that and we should like neutrality is not kindness is I think a big core theme of this film. And I just look, he said it's not about Palestine. I don't believe him, but you know, it's regardless, you know, it's there. Um, and you know, even if you want to switch out any other like conflict that you could with like that level of power disparity, like I still think it's really powerful and like I don't know, there are just parts in this. I'm trying to think. There was definitely a part where um I don't know, there's a scene where he's talking to his dad that made me cry in like a I've things have been kind of my relationship with my parents recently has been pretty rough and like it makes me sad how easy it would be for our relationship to be better and how easy it would be for them to be better, to be honest. Like, and I think just watching Superman's dad articulate some really obvious things about how to be a good parent and like how to raise thoughtful, kind children and stuff and like to not traumatize them. I don't remember what the line was, but yeah, it made me cry. And like there were other parts in this that did that for me as well. I don't remember exactly what they were. There's a great dog in here too. So like that's pretty good, right? Anyway, I love this movie. It's still my second favorite film of the year so far. Um, nice. I got a refund from Sally Beauty because I didn't need the stuff that I bought from there, so I returned it. um, next is My Neighbor Totoro. Um, yeah, I didn't love this as much as I thought I would because it was supposed to be like an all-timer, and like I still did love it, but you know, I guess the expectation was just pretty high. But it's very cute, it's very sweet, it's very endearing. There's good creatures in it. It's a very fun, whimsical tale for adults and for children. Um, I loved Superman as well. Makes me excited for Supergirl. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I'm excited for the next one. I'm excited for anything that my boy James Gunn wants to do. Hashtag no gun control needed. DCU. You know what I'm saying? Um, Next is the Roger Waters concert film. This is Not a Drill live from Prague. I don't know if this was the initial theatrical run for it or if it was re-released or something, at least in the States, but it's been out for a minute. I did a YouTube short on it. It's really good. Check that shit out. The Meg. I couldn't believe how bad this movie was. Like, this movie is terrible. Now, to be fair, I got more stoned than I wanted to or I was intending to. Pleased to eat you. Fuck you. This movie's terrible. A deep sea submersible pilot revisits his past fears in the Mariana Trench and accidentally unleashes the 70-foot ancestor of the great white shark believed to be extinct. This movie is stupid and it's boring and it's like it's so bad. I don't know what to tell you. Like it's just trash. And I think a lot of the reason why I feel that way is that I hate Jason Statham. Like I can't stand him. Um I guess he was okay in Spy because he was kind of doing a parody of the only character he does in every movie, you know? I haven't seen a lot of these, but The ones I have seen, boy, let me tell you. Eventually, I'm gonna have to go through and watch the Fast and the Furious movies. I'm not looking forward to that. Maybe it'll end up being like Mission Impossible, and I'll just end up loving them. Some kind of Stockholm syndrome setting in there or something. But like, woof. Anyway, I'm not a fan of his vibe. Doesn't do it for me. Next is Watership Down. I watched the new 4K from the BFI, and it looks beautiful. This is a beautiful movie. It's one of my favorites. Speaking of, I don't know if anybody noticed that my Watership Down one sheet is missing from my backdrop. The command strips did not hold. Meg 2 is a slight improvement and weirdly directed by Ben Wheatley. That is weird. I'll have to check that out. He's been hit or miss for me, but I'll check that out. Um, um, yeah, the command strips just didn't. They fell twice and like sustained some damage. So I was like, okay, I gotta work out something else. So we're workshopping it, figuring it out. But that's why, if you were wondering, the posters are gone. And I don't have my one sheet to point to as I'm talking about Watership Down. It's fucked up. Anyway, this is a perfect, well, close to, I don't have it out of 10. I think it's missing that last, just final je ne sais quoi, as it were, to like really put it over the edge and make it like one of my all-time favorite, like really, really perfect 10 films, you know? But it is among my favorite movies, and I really do love it. I think it's beautiful, and I think it's special, so. It's one of my favorite books, too. Read the book. Make Believe. What is this? Oh, there were some cool short films on the disc. Anson Dyer tells the tale of Ronnie Rabbit in this documentary, showing the various stages in making a cartoon bunny. Yeah, this is a documentary on how you would make an animated film in the 1940s, which I didn't actually know that process very well, and it was really cool. I like ended up rewinding this enough that I ended up kind of watching it twice. So it's a cool one. If you have that disc, make sure to watch these shorts. Bali in a Space Adventure. Boy, do I not remember what this is. A short Hollis and Bachelor animation about the adventures of Bali and his friends on imaginary planets, featuring animation by Tony Guy, animation director on Watership Down. Yeah. And then next, Rabbits or Profits. This is a completely deranged documentary on how to kill as many rabbits as possible, which is kind of funny, but also kind of deranged to put on as a supplement to Watership Down. But I guess it is thematically appropriate, so I'll give it a pass. Public information film providing a potted history of rabbits in the UK. I don't know about that. It's an instructional propaganda video being like, hey, here's how to kill all these fucking rabbits so that you can make more money. That's explicitly what it is. So, as a vegan anti-capitalist, let's just say I was not a fan of this movie. But I do own it. I'm going to bounce. Got to get some sleep and rest for drum tracking tomorrow. Have a good night. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here and being so active in the chat. Jeff, you're the best. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you a lot. And you won't miss much, but you can definitely catch the replay soon, tomorrow, whenever. I think we're just going to do the 1 month today because the Horror Gives Back thing took longer than I thought it would. And I like to do about 2 hours here. That's about what I can handle for right now at this point in my life, I think. Maybe we'll up it as I do this more and more, but as I'm leaning into it, I'm letting myself do 2 hours, and that's going to be okay, right? So once we were 4, another short film on the disc. Whoa. The Secrets of Life series may not conform to modern expectations of nature filmmaking, inclined as it is towards giving cute, fluffy creatures human names and characteristics, but it couldn't be accused of shielding kitties from the harsher realities of the food chain as its exercise in I don't remember this at all, and this is not helping. As this exercise in ruthless Darwinism demonstrates to unintentionally hilarious effect. A more than usually eccentric narrator introduces us to the newborn bunny quartet of Donald, James, Charles, and Clifford. But as the film's title gives away, the boys aren't all long for this world as they face an assault course of hungry owls, predatory badgers, shotgun happy gardeners, and aerial bombardment. No harm in a little anti-Nazi detour. This is 1942 after all. And it has the link. This is a crazy description. Um, Boy, I don't remember most of that. I remember a cute film about rabbits, I think. I guess I liked it, so there's that. Um, Cemetery of Terror. Yeah, I watched all of these. The Ruben Galindo Jr. films, three of them that Vinegar Syndrome put out, and they redid the slipcovers, and then they were going out of print, so I bought all of them for like, I don't know, $10, $12 a piece or something like that. And I actually watched them all, and I really enjoyed all three of them. Digging Your Own Grave, Cementerio del Terror. On Halloween night, a group of bored teens decide to steal a corpse from the local morgue and take it to a nearby cemetery where they perform a satanic ritual, unwittingly reviving a bloodthirsty serial killer. Yeah, this is a weird premise where they're just like they're having a party and they're like, bro, you know what would be so cool is if we like as if we like kidnapped a fucking corpse and then did a satanic ritual like for a bit. Like they're not even Satanists. They're just like doing it for fun, like to impress and also like gross out their girlfriends. It's weird, dude. Val says this was an insane movie. It was something. Um, but I liked it. And I fucking love this artwork. It's so sick. They kept pranking each other with the corpse. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's true. Um, Hell yeah, dude. Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls. I reviewed this for Punk Vacation, but um, as good a film as any to start with if you're looking to get into vintage hardcore cinema. Um, this one rips. It's really fun. Next is Hot Legs. I also reviewed that one. Next is I Know What You Did Last Summer. This movie's pretty dumb. It's not that good, but it's fun. For like a 90s teen slasher, you could do worse. You know, it's fun for what it is. This is my second time seeing it, and I liked it a little bit better this time around. So, and then I watched the remake, which I did a YouTube short about. Basically, I think that this is a film that only exists because of nostalgia and plays into nostalgia really hard, but then also tries to criticize nostalgia. And it's like, pick one. I don't know. It tries to have its cake and eat it too. Um, it's fine. It's a dumb movie. It's not that good, but it's fine. You know, you're not gonna be mad that you watched it, I don't think, but I wouldn't recommend it either. House on Eden, I did a short review of this. This is a film made by TikTokers. I think I felt some sort of TikTok solidarity with these women and decided to go support it and see it. And I like found footage movies quite a bit, and I thought that this was fine, honestly. Like I think that they have potential. This like is a good place to start, you know. Oh boy, next is Wonder Woman. Not the worst of these films that I saw, but not a great one either. I don't know. This Why does this happen to me every time? Every time I stream, Java wants to update, and it wants to be on my screen that I'm using. I guess I should have clicked skip this version if I actually don't care, and if I don't want it to tell me that again. Whatever, I'm on the spot. There's fucking 7 people watching right now, you know? Pressure's on. Anyway, Wonder Woman, it's okay. It's not the worst, but it's not great. Eddington, I did a review of this, and I feel like this film is aging really well. I gotta say, I think now that the initial reactions are out of the way and people can like sort of think about it and watch it again and you know watch it for the first time, and as it is becoming prescient even in its short lifespan, I don't know. I think that this is probably my second favorite Ari Aster film. Yeah, I think it's Hereditary and then this one. I think I might like this a little bit more than Midsommar, and I like it more than Beau is Afraid too, for sure. So I love this movie. I think it is really, really intelligent and nuanced and also entertaining. And disturbing, and it tackles a lot at once, and it's tackling very recent, very incendiary topics, and I think handling it all pretty well. Some people have accused us of being centrist or right wing, and I think that those critiques are wrong. So, but I guess valid reads nonetheless. And then I reviewed both of these on Punk Vacation. So we're done. Okay, I will see y'all next week for August and maybe September. We'll see how it goes. And then we'll go from there. Thank you all for being here. If anybody has any final thoughts, final opinions, final hot takes, final anything that they want to share, I'll leave the floor open. But for now, we're going to go ahead and run back the donations, one of which was from Jeff, but it wasn't through here, so you don't see it. But thank you, Jeff. And then thank you, Dustin. Thank you to anonymous person. And thank you to Ingrid. I really appreciate you all. You all make this, I don't know, that's what it's all about. It's all about the community. It's all about the support. It's all about having a dialogue and, doing the thing. So I probably still would do this to some extent if nobody was watching, but it would be a lot less fun and it would be a lot less meaningful, and it feels good to be appreciated and to have people who care and support me and do this. So thank you all very much. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed Cat or Day. Pet your cat for me. Okay. I'm going to call it, I don't know, actually. We have 1 minute and 45 seconds until this has been live for 2 hours. I kind of want to hit that 2-hour mark, so I might vamp for a little bit. If anybody has anything they'd like to say, help me get to 2 hours. Be appreciated. You know what? Maybe I'm going to listen back to this, and if it sounds horrible, I'm so sorry. I'm going to listen back to this, and if it sounds horrible, I'm so sorry, but maybe I'll treat you to 40 seconds of ASMR content. I should probably do that on the full screen. That would make more sense. Okay. I've gotten no feedback about this, so I don't know if it actually sounds nice. This is just like murder on your eardrums. If it is, I apologize. But I hope it's nice. I really enjoy ASMR content. I watch a lot of it. You should get one of those big fuzzy ASMR mics. I think they're mostly this one, but they just put, because this one has this fuzzy cap on it. And now I can do, since it's just the microphone, I can tap on it. This actually might not be working because I have a noise gate on. I'm just now realizing that. Probably want to turn off the noise gate for this sort of thing. So I'm going to listen back to that and hope that it doesn't sound completely ridiculous and that I didn't just make a fool out of myself. But in any case, now we're at 2 hours. So thank you all very much. I appreciate you all. It's working a little. Okay. Well, that's good. I completely forgot about the noise gate. So I was just like, let's just do it. But probably didn't work very well. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Have a nice weekend, and I'll see you next week.